and you walk by, I hit you with sexy eyes. You look through me as if I wasn't right. Oh no, you didn't just walk on through. It's time.
Hey there, people. Get that strap out of the way. Welcome to day 5 of the haunted tents build. It's going on about 1:30 or so. I'm getting a real late start. We had some errands to do this morning, and I was so out of it last night and stuff. I ended up sleeping in, so which I needed. But anyway, just getting out here, gotten a few things unloaded, things kind of set up, getting ready to start working. I remember I forgot to film anything, so I figure I'll give you a quick run through on what we've gotten done so far so you get an idea of the maze. We're standing out front of the entrance, which you can't see because of the tarp. But people will be coming in like this. We'll have some stuff in that corner, stuff in that corner, maybe a curtain here, and then they come in right into the torture chamber room. They'll work their way around over into here. And for here, across this area, I've got another 5-foot panel that we're going to hinge to the pole here and have a wheel on it so we can use it as a door to get in and out, but we'll keep it blocked. This here is all my lumber I'm going to use to do my bracing up on top, which is what I'm getting ready to do. And you saw my wife and daughter bringing out these yesterday. I got to get those, start putting those on today. But from the entrance right here where they come onto the grass to here is going to be our chain hall. They come out, they're right into the pirate display. They come around over in here, they're into the spider display, then the gypsy display, and I'm not sure what I'm going to put in this hallway. Maybe a few corn stalks, I don't know. But they come over here, this is going to be the witches display, cesspool room, which still has the corn stalks in it. Those won't be going up for another day or two yet. And then they get into the corn hall or maze. It's not much of a maze, it's just a hallway. And then they come around here, they've got their photo gallery. And they wind their way through, come around this corner, and bam, they have the mirror display right here. And there'll be a fence up here so they can't go into it. Then they wind out, and the stuff's falling over here. Get that fixed. Then they wind out here and hit the exit. And then out here, we'll have the cemetery scene with that mausoleum and the large kitty display and a photo op area right here too. We figure we're going to get the large cat into its spot, and I'm going to run a fence out here like this, and then over that way, and then right here we'll put our bench. And then people can sit there, have their pictures taken, what have you. So, you know, that's the general layout of it. Now, the contest that I'm running for 400 subscribers. We've had 4 people put in, submit pictures. We've got Nail Bunny Girl, Matt, and I'm not going to say your last name, Judd, I'm not going to say your last name, and Dead End Cemetery. And Matt and Judd, I'd love to know what your YouTube handles are. You know, you send it from your personal email and it was just your names. You didn't have your YouTube handle on. So, now I don't want to say your last names, at least not without your permission on camera. But, so I've had 4 pictures sent in so far. Great pictures, by the way. Nail Bunny Girl makes a nice looking nurse. Today's project, starting off with some 1x2s. I gotta go through the haunt, get some measurements, and run strapping across the haunt, bracing across the top of the haunt, you know, to steady the top of the walls up so, you know, so they aren't wobbling back and forth. Get that done. I've got 2 more skins on the photo gallery hall I'm gonna put back up here. And I mentioned that to you yesterday. I haven't gotten that far yet. Now, I also picked up 2 sheets of plywood for the haunt. One of them is for the cesspool room, over where my big red dog Clifford goes, that Godflesh loves so much. I'm going to put this on over the top of that to act kind of as a roof, so Clifford doesn't get too wet. The other piece, we're going to stretch from this wall over to that wall over there and set it up here across that. For the main purpose is one of my blow-ups. I've got 4 blow-ups and only 4 blow-ups that I use out here. I've got the big kitty, which goes in that corner. I've got the coach, which is going to go in the graveyard more than likely. I've got the spider up on top of the tent, and then I have a smaller cat that's 6 foot long. And we were trying to figure out where to put that 6 foot long kitty, and we were thinking it'd be neat if I put a piece of plywood up across the walls, like I was saying, and we mount the cat there, you know, and his head kind of wiggles back and forth. It'd be nice to have him, you know, kind of perched over the exit, you know, like he's going to pounce. He's in a pouncing crouch. So I thought it might be neat to have him, you know, pouncing or getting ready to pounce on people and what have you. You know, it's basically some eye candy so people from the street can see, you know. So I got sheet plywood going up there. Now, due to the noise it's going to make, I got my chop saw out here, you know, to cut all the boards into length. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started now, and then when I get done with that, I'll probably get the skins up and start on the windbreaks, getting those up, and probably tomorrow getting into doing, you know, the staking. And then we can start wallpapering is what I'm shooting for by Sunday. So anyway, there's your start of your vlog. I'm going to put this down. Oh, one other thing. I'm not going to have the camera running all day long today, so this is probably going to be a way shorter vlog than yesterday's, and I apologize for the length of that vlog. Hey, people. Just about dinner time here, and aren't you guys going to be relieved? It's going to be a short vlog instead of that 2-parter I uploaded this morning. Man, that thing was long, and it was a pain in the ass to edit. Wanted to kind of give you a touch up on what I've done. Doesn't really seem like a whole lot's been done, but I've been out here all day doing nothing. I went through, got all my braces on, hung one over the entrance, and anywhere there's going to be a curtain or anything has had, you know, their beams put in. I got 1 sheet of plywood up, got that done. Another brace there, more bracing there. We got a couple in here, and it did help stiffen the walls up. I haven't put any stakes in, and I won't until all of that is up. That's my windbreak. I think I explained it in one of the other setup vlogs. We always have a problem, especially with the outside edge of the haunt. If we put scene set or wallpaper up, if a breeze comes loose, it blows the bottom piece off, you know, pulls loose from the staples. And then once that bottom piece comes off, it starts tearing the upper piece off. So we put that up, and it prevents the bottom piece from being torn off. And it somehow, I think because of the layering, we put the top on first and then the bottom. You know, the layering of the staples and stuff, you know, the top does pretty good. Every so often a corner will blow loose. But we do have that happen. Here, I went and got this leg taken out. I got to roll up the strap yet. But I put 2 2x4s, you know, from wall to wall, so the tent's resting on that, so it has its support. And I'll probably tie the strap to the 2x4s to keep that from going. Hey, my shop. Over here in the dog display, I have not gotten the piece of plywood up yet. You know, so I still see the sky, a little light comes in there. I need to get that plywood up. I didn't do it, but untie my tongue. By the time I got to doing, I was ready to do this area, the neighbor kids were home. And to get that piece of plywood up, I have to go over to their side of the fence to put it up. I didn't want to get swarmed by kids. And it happens this time of year. I'm the most popular guy on the block with the kids. So I figure, well, I'll just wait and do it tomorrow when they're at school. So I actually won't be at school. Tomorrow's Saturday? No, Thursday. No, it's Saturday. But anyway, got more bracing done in the corn hall. Got more of the back walls up in here. They're just attached with some screws. Some of these are pretty soaked after sitting outside all season long. Really haven't done, got another strap I need to tie. And this is about as far as I got with my bracing, and I ran out, so I'm gonna have to go down and get more tomorrow or sometime this week. Then you come out over here to the exit where that plywood is, where the kitty's gonna be sitting. And nice thing about the cat that we're putting up there, his head slides back and forth. It kind of rubs against the ground a bit, sitting on that plywood, and it's got kind of like a drum feeling to it, or a sound to it. It's going to give a scratching noise, so they'll be hearing that as they're coming out too, and that might add to the scare factor as well. But we're back at the start. But that's about as far as I've gotten out here today. I'll be working out here late again tonight, or at least until I'm out of screws, and I am almost out of screws. I've still got all these windbreaks to put up. These are the full sheets. I've got some part sheets. I got a couple of small sheets. Got another small sheet sitting over there I haven't put up yet. I still got those to do. What I am going to do though with the full sheets before I use them up inside the haunt, I definitely need to put windbreaks up here on the driveway, because a lot of the wind comes right down that driveway. So I'm going to start getting the windbreak start up next to the house and wrap that whole area next, and probably get all this front side all the way over to the big kitty done with the windbreaks, and then see what I have left. And whatever I have left, I'll come in here. I've got to do this and probably this wall here, and I got to go around the corner, and I'm going to need to do that wall over there and that back wall and in front of the bush, and I got to finish the gypsy. I don't know how far this stuff's going to stretch, so I want to get the more critical areas first, and that's what I'm working on now. And then whatever I have left over, I'll just go in and fill holes with it. And then tomorrow, do my errand to go get my screws. I can come back in, get the seam setters, or not seam setters, excuse me, get the nailing strips out. And I explained about those in one of the other setup days. Get those up, which won't take long at all either. And then maybe start on putting up some wallpaper tomorrow, which would be nice. So, but we're getting there. Then again, I do have some staking I do need to do too. I should probably do that before I put the wallpaper up, but I don't know. As long as it gets done, that's the main thing. So I'm going to end this segment, and I hope you're enjoying the short vlog. Good evening, people. It's after 9 o'clock. No, I got a late start out here today. And I've been out here usually to almost 10. I'm going to call it quits early. Do want to apologize for the lack of footage in today's setup vlog. I was giving you guys a little bit of a break. I figured after the two-parter, almost hour-long vlog for yesterday's setup, you guys needed a breather. Showed you earlier today, I was going through and doing this bracing here. Get one over here in the light where you can see it, the bracing on here. I got about halfway through from the entrance, halfway through here, which is the exit to the photo gallery. I got halfway through the photo gallery, got that sheet of plywood up for the other cat. Other than that, I've been pretty much working on the windbreaks, and got that done after dinner. Got this done. Behind that tarp, zigzagged all the way out to the streets done. I got the gypsy display for the most part done, which is over here where the light is, and we're going into the dark. Any fears about being alone in the dark with a Ramoth? Ah! Oh, never mind. Sorry. I got a couple of holes in here I gotta do. I don't know if I'll put any of the backer board on here. I'm basically installing this backer board, windbreak, whatever you want to call it, on the outside walls, not the inside walls, and that's an inside wall. And I got one panel up in the spider display, as well as the cornhole on the other side of the cesspool room. That's pretty much what I've been working on today, as far as I got. I was talking to the wife earlier, and I was telling her, I'm doing the handy dandy partition walls, at the end of the day, I could look in the haunt, and you can tell just how far you got. You know, just by how many panels are standing. Doing the bracing, doing the windbreaks, doing the sheet of plywood and stuff. You know, I walk around, and it doesn't look like I've really done a whole hell of a lot out here today. But it's actually been a lot of work. Tomorrow, on the docket for tomorrow, I've got one sheet of plywood left, which is supposed to go in the cesspool room over the dog in his area. I'll be getting that up tomorrow. I've got a few sheets here of windbreak left, a few here and a couple around the corner. Ran out of screws, so I can't put any more of it up. So first order of business tomorrow is going up to Ace Hardware, picking up screws, and then coming back. I got that to do. The inside walls, any of the walls that don't have the backer board on, I've got to get my nailing strips up, get that done. Then it's wallpaper. I get to get up in the attic, get the scene setter wallpaper I've got down, and we're going to start getting some wallpaper up. And then this maze will really start to pop once that wallpaper goes up. I doubt I'll get to it tomorrow, but once all the wallpaper's up throughout the haunt, I got to come back through and start staking things down. All the bottoms on the, for the maze that are sitting on the grass have to be staked on the corners because the walls still want to wiggle on the bottom and stuff. I do that after I get the wallpaper up. But if I can get the wallpaper done, get the staking done, then I can start doing props and bringing stuff out and actually start doing some decorating. That's when the fun comes. This part is set up. I've gotten to the point where the tents are nice. I enjoy having the tents for the haunt and stuff. It gives me coverage and protection, from the elements for the most part, at least the stuff that's underneath the tents. But they're a pain in the ass to put up, especially the big tent. The older I get, the more aches and pains I get, the worse it gets. I enjoy putting up the partition walls. I mean, it's a pain in the ass having to drag them from the back out here, but I do enjoy putting up the partition walls and seeing the maze come together and trying to figure out the problems and stuff, that crop up like I had this year with the legs and all. I kind of enjoy that. I like puzzles. Putting up the windbreaks, putting up the nailing strips, putting up the bracing, doing the staking. I hate that with a passion. I really, really do. And I really don't enjoy putting up the scene setter wallpaper either. But it's a necessary evil, to dress the place up. The fun part is getting all the props out here and putting them in to place. Getting them wired up for the ones that need power. Even the static props. Getting those set up, getting a set, or, which is what would be called, done, and turning over to my wife and watching her doing the detail work. That's the fun part. That's what I really enjoy. I love building, I love making things, but there's just aspects of it that I don't like. And it's like that when I do my prop building. I enjoy the assembly. I like working with my hands, but there's always aspects with each project I hate doing. Whether it might be some sort of fine detail work to cut angles to, what have you. And if you think about it, when you're setting up your haunt, you're working on the biggest prop, you've ever done. And every year it's different, so it's a new prop every year. I guess you call it a mega prop build. Anyway, I'm tired, as you can tell, because I'm rambling. So I'm going to get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow. If I get into putting up wallpaper tomorrow, I'll probably set the camera up in the tripod. I didn't do it today because I was just kind of popping all over the place, and it would have just been a pain to try to drag the tripod around. That and the tripod would have been in the way when I was toting these panels. So maybe get a little bit of tripod work tomorrow so you can get some fast forwarding. I know some of you just love all that fast forwarding to silence. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to let you go. We'll see you tomorrow. Stay spooky out there, people.